All right, so the first people that lived here in New Orleans were the Native Americans. They wanted to live here because we have something that you need every single day to stay alive. What is that? Water. So we have this waterway in New Orleans. What is this huge waterway that everybody wanted to live near? Right, it's the Mississippi River. So all over the earth, you find people living near waterways because they can drink it and you can also use it to travel. And that's just what happened. About 700 years ago, people began traveling further and further from home. Boats were built stronger, people went further, and for some reason, people in Europe went the furthest on these boats. People fanned out from all over Europe trying to find, drumroll, cinnamon. They wanted a quick route to get to the spices. They thought they could get there from traveling west, but of course we know that they couldn't, and they actually ended up bumping into the Americas. There was a reason why people were leaving Europe. We talk about them wanting to go to China to find spices, but there's more to it. They weren't just looking for something, they were escaping something. In Europe in the 1500s, people living in rural farmlands started to experience strange things. Small farm animals began disappearing. They put gates around their farms, but still animals disappeared. People were upset. They contacted their village leaders. They began to question their neighbors, but things got worse. Children started disappearing. Families were terrified. At nighttime, people went searching to catch who was doing this. In 1521, 2 men were caught and brought up on charges of being werewolves. Pierre Bourgault and Michel Verdine were caught in the shape of wolves dancing by blue light on the edge of the forest. They confessed to their crimes of killing several kids, saying that an ointment turned them into wolves, and they sacrificed the kids to save their own flock of sheep. They were both burned at the stake. 30 years later, another man was caught in France, also accused and confessed to being a werewolf. Gilles Garnier had attacked 4 kids about your age. He was said to use an ointment that turned him into a werewolf. More than 50 people witnessed him doing this over the years. When he was brought on trial, he confessed to his crimes, saying that a specter tricked him into his crimes. In the 1600s in France, over 30,000 people were brought to trial accused of being werewolves. The church was very powerful at that time. They held the ultimate power and punished those accused of being werewolves because all confessed werewolves said that the devil had tricked them. The history books didn't record that as the case, and in fact no one realized it until it was too late, but 100 years after the French settled here, things started happening outside the city that were nearly identical to what happened in France. And again, it was happening to children.